Is anybody else tired of living in America? I remember making $20,000 a year thinking, oh, if I could just get to $30,000, I'll be all right. And then I made it to $30,000, and now you need $50,000 a year to survive. So I made it to 50, and now you need $100,000 a year to survive. And now I'm just barely there, and now you need $200,000 a year to survive. I mean, it's almost as if we should all just come together. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a Democrat thing. It ain't a Republican thing. This is a us versus them type of thing. And there's a lot more of us than there are of them.
I'm about to show you $10 worth of groceries in America. Bread and eggs, $4.79 and $4.70 something or another. $10 for bread and eggs.
I don't understand prices for anything. Like, how is a flight from LAX to New York the same price as a coffee table, which is the same price as therapy without health insurance? How does that make any sense at all?
We can't even afford to shit. This economy is so bad.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in today. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our deep dives into news, politics, and culture. Now let's talk about something that is hitting way too close to home for millions of Americans: the crippling cost of living. From groceries to rent, life in America is getting harder and harder to afford. And while some are pointing fingers, we are pointing facts. And yes, let's address the elephant in the room: Donald Trump. Remember all those campaign promises? America will be great again. America first. Bring jobs back. Make life better for the working class. Well, here we are. Crumbling economy, skyrocketing cost of living, and every day Americans feel the pinch harder than ever. The economy isn't booming, it's breaking. We've also featured some incredible content from fellow creators who have bravely shared their experiences. Big shout out to them for using their platform to shed light on what's really going on. And if you relate to any part of this video, don't forget to hit like, comment, and share. Every single click helps the YouTube algorithm push our message out to more people who really need to hear it. Let's grow the community and speak truth louder than ever. I encourage you to go nowhere. Patiently watch the next clip with me, then we'll come back for more commentary.
On top of that, working almost every single day, getting no time off, getting treated not in a way I would prefer. I don't make enough money to survive. I make enough money to pay my bills and barely have anything left over.
Cost of living continues to rise. Wages are stagnant. This isn't rocket science. The blueprint to the American life and American dream 40, 50 years ago was sold much differently than it was now. Back in the day, wife, maybe a couple kids, house, car, one job. Now, you can work a very prestigious corporate job and not even have anything left over.
The economy is no longer built on people growing wealth. It is now built on people just racking up as much debt as they possibly can.
The system is very broken. And now that the basic necessities and just things of life that normally should not be so freaking difficult to happen, such as buying a house, are extremely difficult. And even people with a dual income household with pretty decent jobs cannot afford it.
Our generation went to high school, went to college with the promise that if you go to school, get a great paying job, and then one day you'll be able to have your own home, have your own family. We were essentially sold a scheme that is no longer working, with jobs that are not covering all of our bills, so we're getting second jobs on the weekend when we're supposed to be relaxing, unwinding from our corporate job.
$176 on groceries, so I'm gonna show you everything I got. 2 packs of romaine lettuce, 1 bundle of green onion, 1 red onion, 6 avocados, 3 cucumbers, pack of strawberries and blueberries, some medium Kroger salsa, cheddar cheese, bread, a dozen eggs, 2 tubs of Greek yogurt, 3 tubs of cottage cheese, fat-free ranch, G. Hughes barbecue sauce, 2 6-packs of canned chicken, frozen mixed berries for smoothies, 2 packs of chicken, bagel bites, cranberry and pineapple juice, onion powder, Sprite Zero, and finally Dr. Pepper Cherry Zero Sugar. And that, my friends, is what $176 can get you at the grocery store.
Let's break it down, guys. The The average American household is drowning. Groceries are up more than 25% in some areas. A gallon of milk, a carton of egg. These are no longer basics. They are luxuries for some family right now. Rent, forget it. In cities across the country, people are working 2 jobs just to afford a one-bedroom apartment, and mortgage rates, they have shot up, locking new buyers out of the dream of home ownership. So stick around, guys, because up next, we'll roll some more first-hand reactions from everyday Americans struggling with this rising cost. Then we'll be back for more commentary.
You need to make 3 times the rent in the state of Florida in order to be able to lease an apartment. Make it make sense, Florida. How is it that if I need a 3-bedroom and let's say average is $3,000 for a 3-bedroom apartment, okay? That's not including utilities. You need to make 3 times the rent. You need to make 3 times the rent. So this is why women in marriages, in abusive marriages, emotionally, physically, or whatever the case may be, they think about it twice. How can you possibly afford to move out? Because the difference with like regular, like let's say you want to rent a home, right? You will have to have your first month, your security deposit, whatever, right? Right. But not every person has that saved. People, the average American don't have 3 months to live without a job. And those are just facts. So imagine an average mom with kids, okay, that doesn't receive any government assistance, hard-working mom like me. You need to make 3 times the rent. So that means that in order for me to qualify for an apartment, I have to make 3 times. And if you don't, they have other options. Because let me not be dramatic. But if you do not, you need a co-signer. People, nowadays, nobody likes to co-sign for nobody. I don't care what it is. It could be your brother, your sister. No one is going to co-sign for you because you're basically putting your credit and your responsibility that if I don't pay, if that person don't pay, you're responsible for it. Or the other option is, I believe that you pay a higher deposit amount. But then I go back again. Then who has in their pocket liquid $7,000, $5,000? Again, the average American doesn't have savings. With egg prices, with housing, with taxes, with health care, do you know how many times people think about not going to the doctors because they don't want to do the co-payment thing? This is America. This is America. You can be the hard worker and you're not receiving a dime from government assistance and you're still struggling.
Welcome back, guys, and thank you for sticking around. So let's not ignore the Trump factor. This crisis didn't happen in a vacuum. Under his watch, we saw corporate tax breaks, deregulations and promises that never materialized for working class. And now, he's back on the campaign trail, pretending none of this ever happened. Yes, that's what he told us, but this is where we are. The reality has dawned on Americans. And here is the main kicker. Even Maga supporters aren't immune to this crisis. They are standing in the same checkout lines, facing the same high prices and gasping at their heating bills just like the rest of us. The only thing they are owning these days is nothing but regrets. Let's throw you some more first-hand reactions from everyday Americans. Then we'll be back for the final commentary.
So I am more than confident that I am not the only one feeling this weight of our nation's future. It's like uncertain times right now. So I'm going to go deeper into something that's keeping a lot of us awake at night. There's a heaviness in the air. I don't know if many feel it, but I do feel it. It's a collectiveness of anxiety about where we're heading as a nation. And no, you're not alone in feeling it. If you do feel it, this uncertainty is about the next 4 years. It runs deep through every community, any zip code you're in. So I'm watching friends who once felt secure now checking their bank accounts more frequently along with their 401k with growing anxiety. I'm seeing young families moving back in with parents because they can't afford both the rent and child care. I'm witnessing seniors choosing which medications to skip from month to month because their social security just doesn't stretch far enough, especially for those that didn't plan for retirement with, say, a pension or 401k or IRA. So the reality is painfully clear. Some businesses that survived COVID are now closing under inflation's weights. Parents are working multiple jobs just to keep the light on and to feed their families. College graduates are drowning literally in debt with no relief in sight. Medical bills are forcing people to choose between health and home. The American dream, to me, it feels like it's been auctioned off to the highest bidder. That's the best way I can explain it. That's how I feel about it. So what worries me the most isn't just today's struggle. It's the domino effect we're watching unfold throughout the nation. So when people can't afford preventive care, they end up in the emergency room. So when families can't afford healthy food, their children development, it suffers. When workers can't afford to live near their employment, communities, they start to fragment. And when young people can't afford to start families, our whole society, it starts to shift. So when seniors can't afford to retire, it impacts jobs for other younger generations that could actually be stepping into those roles. So the middle class isn't just shrinking, it's being squeezed from every direction, I've noticed. So to those of us who are managing right now, that live with this constant knot within our stomachs, knowing that we might be one medical emergency, one job loss, one market crash away from financial disaster, something has to give and something has to change for the American people.
Look, guys, we get it. Times are hard, and while the elites play politics, the rest of us are left to figure out how to feed our families, parent, and hold on onto hope. This isn't just about left or right, red or blue. It's about human lives, about dignity, and the truth is, this economic squeeze is breaking spirit across the country. But we want to hear from you. Are you seeing chances in your cost of living? What do you think needs to be done? Drop your thoughts in the comment below. We read every single one. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, help us grow. Share this video with your people and let's keep pushing for real changes. Because together, our voices are louder. Thank you for sticking around. Stay safe, stay aware, be patriotic until we meet again.